Hello everybody, Defudge3004 here. So this is the game called Bermuda Lost Survival, and this game came out December 6th or December 15th of 2017. And at the end of April 2018, they will be releasing an update that's going to change a lot of the seafloor and the way that the game is played and a lot of other things in it. Now this is a survival crafting game, and there are sharks in the game. And there's also a lot of fishing and stuff. It's a water game, so it's kind of like Subnautica, but there are no islands. There's only little areas down below that you can get stuff from, like resources and stuff like that. So after you have played and you save it, you can continue a game, but for right now we're just going to go ahead and start a new game. But let's go over the settings real quick. So over on the left side you have, your resolution, your gamma, and all of this stuff for all of these things, texture quality, all of this stuff that you can set to whatever your computer will handle, sensitivity, and all the controls here. So up ascend and down descend, and then all of the other stuff. You pick up stuff with F. You have a map, press M. To go to your inventory, press tab. And to use your tool, you just press the left mouse button, and tool cancel is the right mouse button. And of course WASD to move around, forward, backwards, side to side, or forward, left, backwards, and right. And jump is and go up is space, so those two are the same thing, and crouch and descend are left control. And then the volume, and you have a character visualization over here, and I'm already gonna go ahead and go with a female character. And then once you get everything set up, hit apply, and then you start a new game. So as soon as this game gets loaded, I will be with you guys then. Welcome everybody to Bermuda Lost Survival. So when you start the game, you're in this little raft, and you have a little bit of food, some first aid kits, a sleeping saving point, and press F to get into that. And you can have your save games here. Just press new save. To sleep, you're going to drag this dial over and basically sleep for however long you want. There is a day and night cycle, which this is the day on the top and the bottom is the night. And it gets dark at night and stuff, so it's best to sleep at night if possible. And here is a crafting box, and as you pick up supplies like planks and sticks, down here you can tell what it will tell you. Planks, sticks, depends on the number of planks and sticks that it requires for each and everything. So we're going to be picking up a lot of resources and putting them in here. This is the inventory for the crafting box, and it has a weight limit of 250. This is our inventory and has a weight limit of 110. A lot of things have a weight limit, some things don't. So this is all the crafting area and the things that we can make in this. Once we make this right here, then we'll be able to make a lot more stuff. But first we have to get some platforms down. So, yeah, you start in this raft, and then you have to dive down under the water and start gathering supplies. So, tab is right here, and this is our inventory, and this is the character, and this is what you start with. You start with a knife, and you also start with a hammer. And you can upgrade these things as you get more stuff. So as you get plank, sticks, etc., 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 you can get more stuff. And so the first thing we're probably going to want to make is an axe, but we got to gather up a lot of supplies to be able to do that. And we need to build like the raft or the platforms and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump in the water. Remember, jump is space, and on the left, on the bottom, there's a backpack, and that is your weight. Down over here on this side where the canned goods are, you can see that there's a backpack icon. That's how much weight you can carry. And those are also your hot slot bars right here, your quick access, so you can put food and water down there. And then over on the right, you have water, food, and the brain icons where you need to sleep, and then health. And as those arrows down, that means that they are going down. So let's go and jump in the water and gather some supplies. Now remember, there are sharks in the game. They will not attack you for now, but at the end of April there will be an update that's going to change a lot of that stuff. So you need to really, be aware of when the update comes out, because this game is going to get quite a bit harder. For right now, you can get fish pretty easily. Once you make the spear, you just got to be able to spear them, and then you can go from there. You cannot open up any of these crates, but you can take your knife and or axe and get things. Now, with the knife, you'll always get sticks from anything that's down here. With the axe, you'll get planks and or metal, depending if they have metal on them. So we need to remember to watch our oxygen. Now the oxygen is on the upper above the water. There's an oxygen bottle, and that's how much we have, and we have to go up and of course refill it and stuff like that. So we need to get this seaweed, and so you just go over and you hit it with your knife, and you can start getting seaweed, and then we will make stuff from that. So okay, now we're gonna go ahead and go up, and let's get some air. Now as our air gets low, once we start getting too low on air, there will be a yellow circle around it, and that should come up here right there. So that means that we really need to get air, or we're gonna be in deep trouble. Now you can see the backpack has a little bit of a blue line on it. That's how much weight we're carrying, so we need to be really careful about how much we do carry. So let's go ahead and go down quite quick, so that way we can get as much stuff as possible in the time that we have. And let's go ahead and get some rocks, so that way we can make some, the next thing, which is going to be the axe. And F to pick up things, F to do pretty much everything, get on the raft and pick up stuff on the floor. And you can also find other things to get, like wrecks and stuff like that. You can harvest stuff from them. Now if you go to another thing, it'll say wrong tool, so the axe will not get these, only the knife. So everything will say wrong tool or harvest, depending on what you're trying to do with them. So let's get all this stuff, and let's see if we can find some more stuff. Now over here somewhere is some luminous coral, and so we will be getting that, but let's go ahead and get some air first. So we'll go up, get some air, and then we'll go back down and get some of that luminous coral. It's going to be for like making lights and stuff. At least that's what I believe. I never have actually used it, but together we will find out what it is for. So this is the luminous coral, this yellow right here. And so you can see that we're already getting some. Okay, and then there are wrecks down here, and you can use your axe and your knife on them to be able to get things. Now with the knife you always get 2 sticks, with the axe you'll only get 1 stick with a basic axe. As you upgrade stuff, you will get stuff faster. You won't get more, you will just get stuff faster, and that's all that really means. Some games you actually get more stuff, like Ark, you'll get more stuff, but with this you'll just get it faster, so it won't take you near as long to harvest stuff. Okay, so we're just going to go and gather quite a few resources, and then we are going to make the axe and a couple of other things like the platforms and stuff. There are quite a few wrecks down here. There are some barrels like right over here, but we need the axe to be able to harvest these barrels, because this is going to say wrong tool. So we need to really get that axe going. So we need to, put the axe to the grindstone, so to speak. So let's go ahead and go on up, and we are going to start making a few things. Now you don't have to be in your boat to make some stuff, but just to make sure that you have enough oxygen, then you should. So I'm gonna get in the boat, and then I'll be right back here in just a second. Okay, so for those of you interested, if you press escape, it will pause the game, so nothing will happen. So if you need to go and do something or whatever, you can go and do that, and nothing, you'll be safe. Okay, so once you start, getting stuff done, if you don't come over here and save it, then anything that you have done will be lost. So that's a save right there, and so we can just load it up whenever we are ready to, whenever we come back to the game or whatever, if we make a mistake or whatever. Now our food and water is down a little bit, but I'm not going to get too worried about it right this second. So you can either double click stuff in there, or you can drag stuff in there, and you can also split stuff. So let's just go ahead and split that like that. And then we have some on our inventory and some in there. So I am actually going to put the sticks back in there, and I'm going to see about making an axe. So we go to tab, and then we right here, so we have to scroll over using these arrows, and so it says unlock right here, and it tells us right down here what we need. So we need 5 stones and 5 sticks. Well, we have enough of that, so let's go ahead and make the axe. And the axe is now made. And so it is not in our inventory, it's actually just on our person. And so once you press tab, you get out of that, and you use your mouse button to scroll down to it, and the same thing to go to the hammer. And as you get more stuff, you got to scroll farther and farther. Now, I said that we needed to get some scrap metal to make some of the other stuff, so let's go and go back down and see if we can get those barrels real quick. So go down and try to go down quickly. Now, we'll get those barrels here in just a minute, but let's go ahead and try to get one of these crates. And so you can see I'm getting 1 plank at a time, and then I'll get some scrap metal, and then a few more planks. And these take about 7 hits. So it'll be done right there. And then over here, there should be some barrels just right around the corner over here. And so we're gonna go in and get some of the scrap metal from the barrels. Now remember, if you use the thing that it won't let you use, you can't do anything to it. So we need to go and use the axe, and then we're gonna get quite a bit of scrap. These are 5 hits each, so that means we get 5 pieces of metal. And then here we can get some metal too. Let's go and try to get all 3 of these barrels. This is going to help us out a lot. Now our weight is going up quite a bit because this scrap metal does weigh quite a bit. Now off in the upper left, you see there's a boat over there. We can harvest that boat, but one thing to know is the boat that's right up here, we cannot harvest this boat at all. There's nothing we can do to it. There is no harvest button on it or anything. And I'll go down there and show you guys that here real quick. Get my oxygen refilled first, and then we'll go back down and see if we can look at this boat here. And you can see there is no harvest interaction or anything on it, so there's nothing we can do with this boat. Now, as we see over here, it says wrong tool because I have to use a knife on this seaweed, so that's something that you need to be aware of. So as we are going around, you can see that right over here is a wreck, and so I was getting sticks from it, but if I use my axe, then I'm going to go ahead and start getting planks from it. And so this is another, of course, resource. So we're going to gather up quite a big load as soon as, and watch our oxygen and water and food and everything else. This is a survival game, so you need to be very careful about what you do. For right now, the sharks will not attack you at all. They won't even bother you. They will just leave you totally alone. You won't have to worry about it. Everything down here will respawn, so you don't have to worry about, well, what am I going to do if I harvest everything? It will respawn over time. Just give us some time and things will come back. So busy yourself crafting and stuff like that, and then you won't have to really worry about, running out of other stuff. So let's go ahead and come back up, and right now we're almost full. So our weight is getting up there quite a ways, so let's go and come over here, and let's just, we're getting the boat here, the little raft, and let's see what it takes to maybe make like the next, like the platforms and stuff like that. So press F, get in the boat, come over to here, and we're just going to go and click stuff in there. That's going to drop quite a bit of weight for us. Okay, so we can make 3 of those platforms, and we can make 1 of these and 1 of these and 3 of these. Let's go ahead and make at least 1 of those and 1 of those and 1 of those. Okay. So now we have 2 platforms and the drying rack. So that's actually going to be really good. And just put this stuff on your inventory. Don't put it in your quick access or anything. Just put it in your inventory. Drag it over, double click, whatever it is. And down here you can craft 1, craft 5, craft 10, or craft all. So all of this stuff, if I were to like click on this and this and this, and then I could craft all of whatever it is that I'm trying to craft. And I think let's just go ahead and make 1 of these, because we're going to need these here pretty darn quickly. So we'll just craft that. Now, to place a piece like this platform right here, what you do is go to your hammer, scroll down again to your hammer, and then hold shift and go and scroll down until you get to the part that you want, and then get in whatever position that you want, make it wherever you want to. You don't have to put it right next to the boat or your little raft or whatever, but you know, I do. So, and then one click will place it, and then you can rotate it to whichever direction you want, and you know, you can put it at an angle or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to try to make this as straight as possible, and the second click will actually place it. So right there's one, and then we can jump on it and it won't go anywhere. And then the next one, we can go ahead and click on it, and we can rotate it if we want to, or we can just make it the same, and pieces will snap to each other. Now if I wanted to get rid of this, shift and then scroll down to where that red X is on the left side, and I can deconstruct this, but I really don't want to deconstruct it, so I'm not going to do that. If we go to another area, I can deconstruct all of this stuff and take it with us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, and there we have a drying rack. And then I'm going to get back in the boat and come over here and go ahead and get all this seaweed, and then come over here and put it on here. Now we're going to be making some rope. So you press run, and then you see we're going to get 4 rope. Okay. Now we're getting some stuff done. So, and you see up there on the bottom, on the top left, it says shift plus scroll to get to other things. So that's how you do that. Now we're almost pretty much empty, but we're also kind of getting a little bit thirsty. So we need to get a piece of food, a can of food, and then we are going to use it, and that'll give us this piece of scrap metal. And you see our water came up. Now let's go ahead and go back down. It's already nighttime, or almost. So I'm going to go down, gather some more resources, and as soon as I get some collected, I'll be back with you guys then. Okay, so I just got done making some more platforms. So let me just go ahead and put a couple more down. And do it like that, turn you like that. That way they match, and you like that. Okay, so now we have a 4x4 platform, not a 4-wheel drive platform, just a 4 square by 4 square platform. Have a bunch of rope going, and I also have this on my inventory now, this workbench. So what I'm gonna do is probably see about placing the workbench. Now my weight was getting up there quite a ways, so I had to make sure to, you know, watch out how much I was carrying and stuff. So let me, and when you go to place something, if it isn't where you want it, so let's say it wasn't in the right place there, I can right click and that will unpin it, and then I can move it to wherever it is that I want it. So I want it about right there, and I think that'll work perfect. And now we can go ahead and start putting stuff in here. So let's go ahead and drop quite a bit of the supplies and stuff in here. So now we have this, and so we're gonna need, looks like, some more scrap metal to make our water distillery, which is what we're gonna need here really soon, really quickly actually, and the barbecue bucket to cook the fish. So let's see what it takes to make the bottle, because the bottle is an item that we need, and we're going to need it really quickly, so that way we can get water, salt water that we have to cook. So the bottle takes 5 scrap, 2 sticks, 1 rope. Well, let's just go ahead and take out all this rope for right now, and we need, let's go ahead and split this scrap, and then let's go ahead and take a couple of sticks. So we'll split that and put that on our inventory, and then we will go to tab, and now we see it has unlocked. So now we just made the bottle, and again just scroll up to it or down to it, whichever way you are, and on the map, and so go in the water. And you don't really have to be really that far in the water. You don't have to be like all the way down in the water or anything. Left mouse button and just hold it down, and you'll see that it will start collecting water in this bottle. It does take a while. It's a slow, tedious process, but, you know, It is what it is. So as long as you are under the water, then it will continue filling. So you need 2 of these, so like 14 right there will make 7 water once we get the distillery going. So you need minimum of 2 of the salt waters, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Let's go and get like 20. Okay, so when you go to your inventory, now you can see that I have 20 salt waters, and down here it tells me what I have. So there's salt water effects. Stay salty. This is food. It must be refined first. So let's go back up here, and I'm just going to go and drop the salt water in here because that's going to weigh quite a bit, and I'm just going to go and drop all this other stuff in here. Okay, now let's go ahead. We need to actually eat some more and get our food and water up. Once this food is gone, it is gone. So we really need to try to, get something going to where we can have enough sustenance and stuff to survive. So I'm going to go down and find some more scrap and supplies and stuff like that, and then we will be making some more stuff. So I will be back with you guys here in just a minute, and then we'll see about sleeping and stuff like that. See you guys here shortly. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of scrap, and so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and make the water distillery because we really need that. Our water's getting really low, so let's make one of those. And then we're going to have to get some more scrap to be able to make the barbecue bucket. But the water distillery is kind of one of the most important things that you have on here besides the food, maker and stuff. So let's put the water distillery over here, right here in this corner. And so again, shift. And we're gonna go ahead and place it right there, turn it a little bit right like that, and place it right there. Now what you do is you take your water and you put it in there. Now you can't just press run, nothing's gonna happen. You have to make sure that you have like some wood and stuff in there to be able to make it work right. So let's go ahead and split, and we'll take let's take the 10. Okay, we're gonna go and take that water as well. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of water in here now, and so let's go and put these in here and then run. Now down here it'll be making all the water for us. So there's gonna be 33 water that we can get because there was 66, and so it makes them one at a time because you see our water's really low right now. So we're gonna make a bunch of water while we can, and as soon as we get one, we're definitely gonna be drinking it because we need it really bad. And this charcoal is something that we need for the next area that we're gonna be going to. So we're gonna be using that here in just a minute, and after we go to the next area, which is probably be in the next episode. So our water's now doing better, but let's just go ahead and maybe go and take all these sticks and put them in there and try to get as much water as we can. That's gonna definitely help us out a lot. And let's I want to show you guys something real quick that you guys that's going to help you guys out a lot. So if you want a lot of scrap, down over here in this direction, there is an airplane that we can get a lot of scrap from. So what I'm going to do is go and get right above it, and then we'll go down to it, and I will show you guys the airplane. We get like 25 pieces of scrap from it, so that's going to be really good. Okay, and then we're going to go down, and right down here is the airplane. Now we're going to get a lot of scrap from this guy, so this is pretty awesome. And we'll just be whacking on this guy for a bit, and as you can see, our water is still going down, so we definitely have to get some of that water when we go back up. But this is going to help us out a lot by giving us a lot of metal. And it's also going to weigh a lot, so that's one of the drawbacks too, is this is going to be a lot of weight, but it's going to be a lot of good usable material. So when the next night cycle comes, I'll definitely be sleeping because that brain icon is getting low, and that's our sanity meter, I guess. So we're almost done getting this scrap, and then see if we can get some other materials and stuff like that. Last one. Okay. And there's also some other like coral down here. So there is this red coral and there's purple coral, and you can make dyes from this, I guess, is what I hear. So I haven't actually made any yet, but I will be doing so with you guys here on this series. So this kind of sounds like an interesting thing, right? Okay, get some air, and then we'll come back down and get the purple coral. So I get my air filled up, and then dive. Okay, but there's the purple coral over here, so we're gonna go ahead and get that. And then we're gonna go and get quite a few more sticks and planks and whatever else that we can. So this is the purple coral, and there's also the luminous coral. So you guys can see that there's quite a bit of stuff to get down here, and there's all kinds of things that we can use. So you don't swim really very fast, but hopefully they will be making a few changes to that. Maybe we can make swim fins or something like that, you know, from parts that we can get, or, you know, stuff like that. I don't know, but that's something people have requested because moving isn't very fast. So let's do that. We'll gather quite a few of these rocks, and then we'll get some more scrap metal from this barrel here. And like I said, everything will respawn, so even that plane will come back. So we're gonna go up and have to get some water here real shortly, but let's see if we can get some more stuff. So you guys can kind of see what's going on here is that you're constantly going up and down and getting supplies, and then, you know, getting your stuff filled up a lot, and, you know, just watching your weight, watching your oxygen, and stuff like that. So okay, dive back down, and let's get some more materials from here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and gather some planks from this ship, and I'm gonna gather some sticks, and then we'll go back up, and as soon as we get that done, I will see you guys then. Okay, so I gathered some supplies and I put it in this crafting box. And so what I thought I'm going to do is go ahead and make another crafting box and put it on our little platform there. So let's go ahead and make one of these, and this crafting box will have the same thing this one has, but it'll just be on our platform, so we don't always have to rely on coming to our boat. And so we can also you know, go ahead and make another save and put all this stuff on our platform too, in our little place there that we have all this stuff at. So we're gonna have to make the next weapon, which is going to be, you know, the spear and stuff like that. So let me just make sure. Okay, and grab that. Now we have all the food. Okay, and I fell off, so alright, let's come over here, and we'll just go ahead and put all the food in there and all this stuff. Okay, now let's go and look to see what this spear makes after we get this crafting box put down. So I think we're gonna put it right over here, right between these two things. So shift, and let's go and put him like, yeah, I think right there is actually pretty good. Right kind of between the two, and wham. Okay, so now we can make, like I said, the same stuff, but it's just going to be right here on the platform. Okay, I'm making up quite a bit of water, so I do have a lot of water right now. So let's just go ahead and keep up our water. So our water's really full. Now, we need to sleep here soon, but luckily the day will be ending here in just a little bit, and then we can do that. But let's see, the spear is 5 stones and 10 sticks. Well, I have 9 sticks and no stones. So let's just go ahead and come into here, and let's split this, and we don't have enough sticks, so I'm gonna have to go down and get some more sticks. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and as soon as I get that done, then I will be back up here with you guys, and I'm gonna gather some more supplies and stuff. And you can make as many of these things as you want to. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to make just one, but just for the, you know, for this purpose, I'm just gonna make one of each so you guys can see how to do this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go down and gather that stuff, and I'll be right back up with you guys here in just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what it takes to make the spear. Now, the spear can be unlocked. We have the 5 stone, 10 sticks, and 3 ropes. So let's go ahead and unlock it. Alright, now we have the spear. Okay, let me go up to that. Now, this is going to be the tricky part because, did I not make the barbecue bucket? Apparently, I did not. So we need to make the barbecue bucket, which is 5 scrap metals. So actually we need 8 sticks. So let's just go and split this. Excuse me, and then we'll put the sticks in there. And then we can make the barbecue bucket. So, because I don't believe that we made that at all, and I meant to. So, okay, now we have the barbecue bucket, and this is going to be to cook the fish. So we have that, and then we're gonna go back to here, and let's just right over next to here go and put the barbecue bucket. Shift, and doesn't matter which way this one's facing. This one doesn't seem to be as particular, so okay, now we're getting quite a bit of water, so that's good. So let's just go and drink another water. Okay, and then in the barbecue bucket, again, you want to do the same thing, and you want to put a bit of wood and stuff in there so you can cook up your fish and stuff. So I'm just going to go and split these 2 items in there so that way I have plenty of material to burn. And then I'm going to go and drop all this stuff. Now, this is going to be the hard part right here, is getting the fish. So what you do is you get your spear out and just dive into the water. And you'll notice the fish swimming around everywhere. So don't just like jab like that. Hold it at the ready and wait for them to come by, and they will. And wait for them, and then you can kind of swim towards them. And whenever you think there's going to be some coming right by you, then you just lash out like that. And in the next update, the blood will attract the sharks, so you're going to have to try to keep the fish away from them if at all possible. Now, a lot of people have tried to, like, chase the fish down and stuff, and you're just not fast enough to chase the fish down. So you're going to have to, you know, kind of watch them and see where they're going and see if you can perhaps, you know, get them by you know, keeping them away from the sharks, and maybe figuring out where they're going and how to get them, you know, because it's going to be a lot harder in the next update because the blood is going to attract the sharks. So that's going to be one of the biggest problems in the next update. Doesn't mean it's going to be impossible, it's just going to be quite a bit harder to do. So let's go ahead and get some more air, and then we're going to grab a few more fish, and then we'll cook up the fish, and we will pretty much see about maybe doing a couple of other things before we end the episode. And let me know what you guys think about this game, about this series, and what's going on with it, because I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts too. So I'm just kind of following the fish around, seeing when one comes nearby, if I can grab him. Not quite, close, almost. Okay, just remember to hold your spear at the ready and you'll be okay. Oh, that was a shark. I don't want to hit the shark. Oh, maybe I do, I don't know. Okay, got another one. So that's good. And the sharks are going to be a lot faster than you are in the new updates. So yeah, just beware of that. And they may also be interested in you and stuff, so you got to be really careful. So okay, it takes about 5 to 6 seconds for the fish to stop moving on your spear, so you gotta be, you know, kind of watching for that and stuff. Okay, and you just kind of try to, you know, lash out and grab one as quick as you can. So alright, let's see here. We have 8 fish, so that's actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and go over to our cooker thing and see if we can get some more, get some fish cooking. So that way we don't eat up all of our canned food, because that's kind of like an emergency ration. Okay, so let's see. How much water do we have? Okay, it's almost all gone, but we do have a lot of water, so that's good. Okay, so in here, you just put the fish in there, and again, you press run, and it'll start cooking the fish, and that's what it's going to look like. It has 20 plus 20 hunger, so that's actually really good. And the water does 25 thirst, so that's going to help us out in not being near as thirsty. Okay, you can see that's actually smoking really good, and it didn't have the fish on it before, but it does now, so... Okay, let's go ahead and grab that out, and as soon as this last one gets made, then okay, we have 12 water, and that's fine, that's quite a bit, so I'm gonna grab out a couple of these guys, and grab out that, and we're just gonna go and stop that, and sometimes it'll put back an extra stick or plank or whatever it is that you were using, so... Now, you can see our hunger is down quite a way, so let's just go ahead and see about eating a fish. So let's use, and our hunger came up quite a bit, so let's go and use this last one. Okay. And then in here, let's just go ahead and place all of that. Okay, so now we have quite a bit of supplies in here and stuff. So you can see that we can make quite a few things. We can make like walls and wooden windows and wooden doors. You can build a big base right here on the water, and you can build ships, you know, boats to go to the other area. That's sorry about that, on the map. So you can see that would be like this area over here, and there's even more resources over here that we can get, but we have to build a boat to be able to sail that way. So they used to have a map up in the corner, but they took that out, so, you know, I guess. Let's go ahead and take this rope out, and we'll put the rope in here. Okay, so you can see that we do have a lot of supplies, and I think I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go ahead and gather some more sticks, and probably sticks and stones. And yeah, we will be maybe making some walls or something like that to show you guys how this is done. But for right now, I think what we really need to do is probably go ahead and drink another water. Okay, and then we will go ahead and sleep, and I'll show you guys that real quick. So go over to your sleeping bag, and you can actually make this sleeping bag as well. I believe it is in here. Okay, I don't see it in there. I do know that you can make one. I just don't remember exactly where it is. But make a chest. You can make stairs. I know you can make it. Maybe it's in your inventory, but I don't remember seeing it in there. So I know there's a sleeping bag on the boat, and there's one here in this raft. So maybe that's the only options you have for right now until you can get other stuff going. Okay, so let's just go ahead and sleep until about dawn. So let's go and go right there. So you just make sure that the area is yellow that you want to sleep at. So we're going to go and do it like that, and then we're going to rest. And anytime you want to stop, so all you got to do is just exit out of here. So, okay, so now we're rested. And of course we're getting pretty hungry and a little thirsty, so it's dawn. So let's go and drink another water, and you can see you got to keep up all of your supplies really well, otherwise you're going to run out of water. So let's just go ahead and cook up these fish, and let's see about getting some more fish real quick. It's going to be a little dark down here, so we might want to wait until it actually is daylight. But you can see like all the seaweed and stuff like that. There's a boat right down there, and so you can actually, you know, you can get quite a bit of stuff really easily. You can see we're right close to the surface, so we can get quite a few things. So we can continue getting seaweed until it brightens up. There's that shark. Hey, sharky, shark. And, you know, we can continue gathering a whole bunch of stuff because we're going to need a lot of rope. You're going to need a lot of planks. You're going to need a lot of sticks. You're going to need a lot of food and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's one of the things with this game is you're going to need a lot of stuff. So let's go back up here and see if any of the food's ready. Okay. Why is that blocked? I don't understand why that was blocked, but whatever. Okay. I thought I ran that. Why didn't I run that? Maybe I just thought I did and I didn't. So, uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's okay, because we can go and put that on there, and put that on there, and go and make a whole bunch of rope, well, 5 ropes. And we don't have any more in there, so let's see about getting, maybe splitting these once and splitting them again. Okay, and we'll just stack those guys back up on there. We're going to make some more water. And that'll help us out a lot more. Okay, so there's one fish with the second one coming. So you guys can see how this is done, and so you guys have a better idea of what to do if you guys decide to get this game and stuff. So you do got to do a lot of mining, a lot of mining and grinding and stuff like that. But most of these games are a lot of grinding. That's just the way that they are. So this is Bermuda Lost Survival, and this is the Fudge 3004, and I think we're going to go down there and get another fish or two. At least another fish or two. And then we'll just let that water go and collect and stuff like that, because that's going to be really good. So come here, suspicious little fishes. So let's find you guys, get the spear at the ready, and wait for it. Fish will come by and we'll be able to get some. It's just a matter of time. You just gotta wait for them to come by at the right time. It's like that. And then once it says grab, take it off and just continue doing it like this, and eventually you will be able to get another one. It will happen. You just gotta keep on trying, and you know, try not to overthink it, because it's not gonna do you any good to, you know, well, how am I supposed to do this if, you know, it's so hard to do it? It really isn't hard to do. It just takes a little bit of skill, a bit of timing, and a lot of luck. And once you get used to it, it really isn't that hard. You'll have food for days. So it really isn't that hard of a game. It just seems hard when you're not used to doing this kind of stuff. It took me a while to really get this figured out, but once I did, I was actually doing really good. So, you know, again, you can have a lot of fun with this game and stuff like that. So let's go and put the fishes in there. So you see we already have like 8 more fishes. So let's go and run you. And now we have quite a lot of water, and that's going to help us out a lot. Now, something I did do on one of my other ones is I just stood right here and I got some water, but I don't remember exactly how I did it. But yeah, it's best just to go in. Okay, guys, so let me know what you think about this game, and let me know, you know, what your thoughts are on the upcoming update and stuff like that, because you can see it's going to become a lot harder once they actually release the new update and stuff. So yeah, this is it's gonna be a game changer, that is for sure. So okay, I'll put you in there. Got a lot of fish coming, and yeah, we're gonna be eating good for a while. Okay, and I'm going to put that water back into here. So you see, you gotta constantly be getting water and stuff like that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for being here with me, and you guys have a great day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.